Minnesota has joined a multi-state lawsuit accusing some of the nation's largest drug manufacturers of a massive price-fixing scheme. One of the 20 companies named in the suit is Maple Grove-based Upsher-Smith. The drug companies are accused of colluding to set artificially high prices on generic drugs. The lawsuit comes as Upsher-Smith seeks city approval of a large expansion plan. The company's proposed 4-story addition would be used for manufacturing. Upsher-Smith declined comment on the suit, citing pending litigation. Wayzata High School students had a frank conversation about substance abuse and the opioid drug epidemic. A nonprofit called Change the Outcome hosted the discussion Monday night. The group says opioid addiction is the nation's largest public health crisis, and it believes there's a gap in communicating with young adults about the problem.
I talked to my son till I was blue in the face. You know, we can tell our kids and give them information. It's much more powerful when it's coming from other young people. That peer-to-peer conversation, right? They listen to other kids, sometimes way more often than they listen to their parents.
According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, nearly 4% of kids reported misusing opioids. That percentage more than doubles for people ages 18 to 25. The vast majority of this misuse is due to prescription opioids, not heroin. The Brooklyn Park City Council unanimously approved a joint agreement with the Osseo School District to build and operate a multi-use sports dome. The dome will be built at Park Center High School at a total cost of $7.7 million. Osseo area schools would pay for just over half the cost, including installing artificial turf and adding parking. The city would pay for the rest, including the dome construction. Work is expected to start in June, and the facility would be ready for use starting in November. The Crystal City Council recently approved the purchase of an inclusive playground at Becker Park. These drawings show what the park will look like. It will have a rubberized surface, which makes it easy for wheelchairs and strollers to navigate. The group Paul's Pals recently gave the city a $50,000 grant to go toward the $627,000 playground.
Paul's Pals is a great group to work with. We're very grateful for their help. We've talked on and off over the past several months, and they provide great support and great ideas, and we greatly appreciate the funding.
The city also wants to purchase an inclusive merry-go-round. Springtime is State of the City season, and this year Brooklyn Park is trying something new. Mayor Jeffrey Lundy is doing a State of the Community tour. He will spend days going to different groups to talk to them about where the city and community is and where residents would like to see it go. Lundy noticed that State of the City addresses tend to be business focused, but he also wants to focus on the people who live and work in the community.
As far as we know, no one's doing this, and so this is how we do things in Brooklyn Park. We're about what's happening in our city, and with so many different groups and so many different cultures and religions, that this gives us a chance to go out and meet people in their own unique way.
Lundy is emphasizing the idea that city boundaries aren't community boundaries, which is why Tuesday morning we found him at an immigrant-focused social services group in Brooklyn Center. Work is taking place this week to improve water quality in 2 Plymouth lakes. Crews released more than 19,000 gallons of aluminum sulfate into Pomerleau Lake Monday afternoon. The green liquid is designed to bind up phosphorus in the sediment and prevent the growth of algae. The work is a joint project between the City of Plymouth and the Shingle Creek Watershed Management Commission, which will have an impact on the lake for the next 20 to 30 years.
You're improving water clarity, so really we like to say that for recreational use you want to be able to stand chest deep and see your toes, and so this will increase that water clarity, and that's also good for the fish. It balances the amount of algae that's in there, better balance for fish and for waterfowl and those types of areas.
The group will treat Bass Lake in Plymouth with the same chemical on Wednesday. For the first time, 5th grade students at Sonnesyn Elementary School in New Hope are doing a very unique end-of-the-year project. We got to go and check it out.
This spring, you don't have to step very far into the hallways at Sonnesyn Elementary to see something awesome, like a 5th grader named Preston, who is walking around and giving away hugs and high fives.
The 5th grade here, 85 students, are doing awesome projects. which we just wanted the students to pick a project that they wanted to do that would help somebody else.
DJ Birding is helping out by taking over recycling duties for the school for a few days.
I think it could help younger kids, like inspire them to do this too.
Around the kindergarten classrooms,
we're helping the kindergartners with math and like just helping them with counting and stuff.
There are several fifth graders sharing their knowledge. They help students master new skills.
Malina.
Christabel Ochako is teaching words in Swahili.
Usually my friends, I want to teach my friends Swahili and they really want to know it.
But some students wanted to share their skills on the court.
What can we teach them? We said, we could teach them basketball. And we said, all right.
And they set lofty goals for their young pupils.
Well, like here to teach them how to become a professional basketball player when they're older.
These first graders might not be there just yet, but fifth graders say this experience, whether on the basketball court or the football field, has been rewarding.
I've seen some kids that get like more improvement. You know, they got faster and they're good at juking.
When I was with one of these kids, he was really good at defense. He actually picked six me.
Part of this assignment was to encourage fifth graders to think about how they could be kind to someone else. The big takeaway,
it's better to help others than help yourself,
is that helping others makes you awesome too.
I hope that the students realize that they can do awesome things, that when they help other people, that can make them happy, but it makes a lot of other people happy. I hope they take away that I'm really proud of them this year.
There were more than 20 types of awesome projects that we didn't have time to touch on, and they range from writing letters to the military to washing cars and packing meals. So good job, students, on being awesome.
The Hopkins baseball team has a busy week with Lake Conference games each day Monday through Friday. The Royals started that key stretch on the road at Minnetonka Monday evening. Hopkins starting pitcher Miles Halligan is sharp from the start as he strikes out the side in the first. In the top of the second, Will Stein drives a deep fly ball for the Royals and he hustles into second for a stand-up double. Stein goes to third on a sacrifice and then scores on a wild pitch as the Royals take a 4-0 lead. In the bottom of two, Halligan gets 3 more strikeouts, including this inning-ending K here. In the fourth, with a runner at third, Halligan freezes the Minnetonka hitter, striking out the side one more time. And he does the same in the fifth, ending the frame with a nasty breaking ball. He works 5 1/3 innings and strikes out 13. Sam Sickink on the hill in the seventh, and he gets the game-ending strikeout as the Royals win at 4-1. And they do have those conference games lasting all through the rest of the week. It's been a very good season for the Champlin Park girls lacrosse team so far. The Rebels faced a District 11 rival as they played host to Coon Rapids. Champlin Park's Brooke Freeman surveys the defense, then works her way to the front of the net to score, and the Rebels take a 1-0 lead. Cameron Mayer starts from the free position and bounces a shot home, and this one makes it 3-0 Champlin Park, and they are just getting started. Josie Johnson turns on the speed and dodges the defenders to tuck another shot home to give the Rebels a 6-0 lead. After the Cardinals pull within 6-2, Ashley Larson finds Freeman with a great pass, and Freeman buries it. Champlin Park's lead grows to 9-2 at halftime. Second half, and Mayer finds Freeman, and she steps around the goalie's challenge to slip the shot in for a 12-2 Champlin Park lead. Their passing is pretty good all night. Josie Johnson finds the cutting Clara Johnson for the goal. Champlin Park is now 8-1, 7-1 in conference play after a 16-6 win. In other Northwest Suburban girls lacrosse games involving local teams, Maple Grove wins a key road game, beating Centennial 16-13. The Crimson improved to 6-0 in conference play, with league games remaining Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And Osseo-Park Center wins its second straight game, beating Totino-Grace 19-8. The Crocs set a new season high for goals for the second game in a row. The Osseo-Park Center boys lacrosse team carried a 2-game winning streak into their matchup with Totino-Grace on Monday evening. Totino-Grace's Luke Schroeder makes a hard cut behind the net and gets an angle to bury the low shot to get the scoring started. After a turnover, Osseo-Park Center's Noah Tharp on the run. He finds Anders Coombs for his second straight. That one ties it up at 2-2. Later in the first quarter, OPC's Damon Lingason fakes the pass and then slingshots it home for the go-ahead goal. It's 3-2 OPC after one. They can't all be pretty goals. After the first shot here goes wide, the OPC pass out front gets deflected and it trickles into the net. That allows them to take a 5-3 lead into halftime. Third quarter and good passing for Osseo-Park Center leads to a goal for Jacob Hurley for a 7-3 lead. It's 7-4 OPC through 3. Fourth quarter and Griffin Garrity from behind the net finds Coombs alone for the goal and an 8-4 advantage. Grace doesn't quit though. Schroeder with the spin move and then he powers to the front of the net to score his fourth goal. The Eagles get within 8-5. But Osseo-Park Center nets 3 more, including the long ripper by Garrity as they go on to win it 11-6 to pull within a game of 500 with a 4-5 mark. And a note from local boys basketball. A coach who helped bring a program in the northwest suburbs back to prominence is moving to the other side of the metro area. Matthew McAllister announced via social media that he has resigned as Brooklyn Center's boys basketball coach. McAllister has accepted the head coaching job at South St. Paul. He coached the Centaurs for 4 seasons and led them to their first state tournament berth since the 1980s in the 2017-2018 season. McAllister and his staff also worked extensively with his players on academic progress.